No, there's only one thing next. Revenge.
Today at the Rabbit's Den, we are dining on turtle soup with Neca Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Secret of the Ooze, Ultimate Shredder. Welcome back, everyone, to the Rabbit's Den. I'm your host, Marco, aka Rabbit. Today, we're taking a look at NECA's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Secret of the Ooze, and the Turtles' favorite villain, Oroku Saki himself, the Ultimate Shredder. Now, this figure was so difficult to acquire. After hunting this figure down from countless Walmarts and coming out always empty handed, I was so glad that NECA offered this figure as their Black Friday warehouse sale. And I was so relieved thinking I wasn't gonna get it. But I finally got him, and now I can do this review for you guys. First, a quick look at the box. As mentioned, this was based on the second Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie back in the early 90s. Right on the front, we have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, The Secret of the Ooze, Ultimate Shredder, and we see a very artistic dark image of the Shredder himself. Right on the side, we have a product shot of him, profile shot, again, TMNT 2, Secret of the Ooze, and the four turtles on the bottom by NECA. Right in the back, more product shots, which again we'll go in detail in this review. On the side, a back view of the Shredder showing the cloth cape that he comes with. Again, the four turtles. On the bottom, legal stuff. I think these are the artists. Barcode. On top, TMNT, Secret of the Ooze, warning. And this is an ultimate version box. So normally they come in an open Velcro where you can open it. And you can see a product shot of the Shredder here. And I took out the items inside already. So yeah, that's the box for you. Now let's look at the Shredder himself. This is definitely a different look from the first Shredder from the first movie. I mean, he still has all the same aesthetics and look that would define him as a Shredder, but certainly a more upgraded, more sinister look than what we got on the first movie. I mean, I would say this is more closely resembled the 80s cartoon Shredder than the first movie. He has the deeper purple clothing in his armor and definitely has more of a can opener style spikes like the cartoon did. So we see that on the helmet, on his shoulder pads, on his gauntlet, and on his shin pads. Now looking at the helmet, we see this iconic Shredder helmet that he wore on the second movie that has been modified and upgraded to have more of a sharper edge, as you can see here, and definitely a better look. Very, very inspired of a samurai helmet. As you can see on the back, it has this sort of makeshift layered shingles that I'm assuming that he found in the junkyard where he was where the foot was hiding after he got defeated from the first movie. And it does give a more oriental samurai vibe. Again, we see this main blade right on top of his helmet that we saw Shredder grinding, making it more sharper and deadlier. And same goes with his gauntlets, his shoulder pads, and again the shin pads. Now he does have a removable faceplate. Let me try to see if I can remove it here. and they are just tab. If you guys could see in the back there, it's tab in there. And we see this faceplate. It's pretty nicely detailed. You can see the screen in the mouth guard, so that's pretty cool. Now looking at the face, that's definitely not Kevin Nash, who played Super Shredder later in the movie. Although I do believe the actor who played the first Shredder was a different actor than the one who played this Shredder on the second movie. But regardless, this face sculpt looks pretty fantastic. I mean, Neca did an amazing job sculpting and capturing the actor's expressions with all the added scars in his face. So great details on his face. I'm really digging that, and it looks really stunning. Now let's put back his face mask. Again, it just tabs on the side over here. There you go. Now going down on his main attire, again, we see this much deeper purple, as we all know Shredder in the cartoon, rather than the more reddish color that he wore on the first movie. Now this has a metallic shimmer on it, and it does look amazing on certain angles. Plenty of small details, like on the gauntlet here. You can see the little rivets on it. Great paint application to bring out all the details. Same goes with the shoulder armor. If you guys could see that, if it would focus, it looks like it has like a chain link armor on it on the bottom of the blades. And lastly, let's look at the cape that we got here. Silver, shiny cape that I think NECA did an incredible job in recreating it as close as possible to the movie. And I love it when a company does that, that goes above and beyond to do little things like that. Unfortunately, it's not wired, so that would have been great for added posability. There is a wire on the cape, but not for posing. It is under the shoulder pads here that holds it together, which I think it's pretty well hidden. Now, I'm not going to remove the cape because I might have trouble putting it back on, but I love the fact, again, that it's well hidden in there. And I love that how NECA did that, so it just looks like it's hanging from his back. So yeah, pretty solid and pretty accurate figure, as you can be to the secret of the Ooze Shredder. Now, let's look at his articulation. As far as articulation, he does have a ball joint on his neck, pretty hindered because of the helmet itself, but there is movement. He can move, look up, look down. He has tilt at those expression. Look left, again, not far because it's being hindered by the shoulder pads. Look right. As far as his shoulders, he can do a full T pose, but again, hindered by his clothing here. But you can move forward that far, move back. You can do 360, but you have to open it a bit, so you can still spin it around. There is hinge on the elbow, 90-degree bend. Even though it's double jointed, it's still limited due to the sculpting of the clothing. On his waist, you can twist, pretty much turn it around left and right. There's really no tilt on the waist. On the hips, he can move pretty much 90 degrees. Double jointed knee, almost can kick his butt. There is a bit of thigh swivel in there. You might need to heat up this figure before start moving him, just in case, because he does come pretty stiff. On the ankle, I don't think there's a twist. There is a rocker. He can point far, that far, point up that far. So yeah, that's pretty much his articulation. Pretty limited due to the sculpting, but we all know that this guy, he doesn't really move much in the movie, so it's forgivable that even though the articulation points are there, he barely moves due to his clothing sculpting. So yeah, that's the articulation for the Shredder. Now let's look at the accessories he came with. First, the one that came on the figure itself. He does come with two closed fists. So pretty nice sculpted in there. Pretty detailed. He has a pair of open expressive hands. So if he wants to grab or put his hands together. So two open hands. And lastly, two more sets of, or I should say a pair of gripping hands for his weapons. So again, they're pretty detailed. So that's the hands. He does come with this mutated dandelion, because it was growing in the field of the mutagen that transformed the turtles. So nifty accessory there. Another nifty accessory is the TGRI Ooze canister. So super detailed. I mean, for what it is back in the 80s, this is as accurate as you can get in 112 form. And along with that, it does come with a separate vial of the ooze that got separated in the movie. And I'm just dropping things all over the place. He does come with a samurai sword, which I don't really remember if he used it in the movie. I would need to rewatch it since I saw it a long time ago. Pretty basic, black handle, square guard, really no details on it, and painted silver, pretty nice. And along with the sword is the sheath for it. Again, pretty basic samurai sword sheath. He has this faux rope as a design on it. It's made out of plastic, and it just fits just like that. So nifty little sword. And lastly, he has this Chinese martial arts weapon, similar to a halberd, but I believe it's called a guan, and it's spelled like gun, Gun, but pronounced as Gwen. Now it's a pretty much the ultimate Chinese weapon. You have a spear on the end. It could be considered a long sword, and obviously a bow staff. So yeah, that's all the accessories he came with. Now let's look at some size comparisons. Now for size comparisons, here is next to some mythic legions, a deluxe barbarian, and a Templar Knight. Now Neca does measure their figures to a 7-inch, even though they're still 112, but they're more of a 7-inch line. And Mythic Legions, even though they're advertised as 6-inch 112, they do run pretty tall, almost 7-inch, similar to NECA. Now here is next to G.I. Joe classified bats and a Star Wars Black Series Paz Vizsla. So again, these are 6 inches. So Shredder does run a bit tall. Still fit though. I think Shredder should be taller. But he does look ginormous next to them. Here he is next to Batman Who Laughs McFarlane, which is also 7 inches, and a custom Batman movie Battison. So again, 7 inch, about the same size. And lastly, some Mezco Krieg. So shorter, but again, I think you can kind of finagle, fit him in the line. So that's it for size comparisons. All in all, very happy with these figures. Another banger from the boys from NECA. They keep bringing out amazing products, especially when it comes to the Ninja Turtles. And this one is no different. I'm definitely looking forward to more characters from the movie. This Shredder is really well designed, great details and likeness to the movie. All the little quote unquote Shredder parts are in there. Nice accessories, amazing cape, sufficient articulation for what you need this guy for to pose and display, and just overall great figure. Let me know what you guys think, and if you have any questions about this figure, let me know in the comments section below. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. It will definitely help the channel grow and help me keep motivated to keep doing these reviews. And while you're at it, make sure that you subscribe to the channel and hit that bell notification so you won't miss any of my future reviews that I do. With that said, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. And in behalf of Orokusaki, aka Shredder, this is Rabbit, and I'll see you next time on the Rabbit's Den. Peace.